All right, guys, and most of this is actually, catered towards the students. We all remember when we were in school, and honest parts of it were actually a blur. You forget certain things, but you remember the important things. But with the use of technology, now we can replay those moments and we can revisit and refocus our mind on the stuff that kind of gets us to that next level. That's part of the reason that I'm recording, because there's people who couldn't be here. Uh, Parents couldn't get here. They're working two jobs, they're working late shift. I want the students who couldn't be here to have some piece to remember, or at least understand what took place and what they were a part of. On the program, you see basically the topic is what it takes to be a champion. And it pretty much has A, B, C, D, F, but it has it in a different way. And I want to speak to them on a little bit in depth about what that really looks like, because a lot of these kids, they're getting ready to go to high school, or they're about to step into the greatness of what does it look like with expectation. Because once you perform, people are looking for you to perform again. So what does it take to do that and continue to improve? So often we celebrate that one thing, but we don't give advice on how to continue to be great and continue to elevate themselves. Ability, most people think of ability, think of talent. Okay, get off the phone, sir. Thank you. And it's just like the classroom, son. It's life. Life's classroom. Okay. People think of ability meaning talent. It's not just talent. I had a friend say something recently, it really stuck with me. He said the best ability is availability. If you're not available, if you're not present, if you're not there, how are you going to actually showcase what you are able to do? If you're not present, some things you won't get. So by being here, by being at practice, you were present. And because you were present, that was the beginning. There's going to be different talent levels. Don't get too caught up in the talent level in the room, because the next room might have a different talent level. So when somebody you respect is talking, please listen.
I need you to turn this off.
I don't know what's mine is. So that's really the ability piece of it. The B for behavior. Behavior has a stigma sometimes. Bad behavior, good behavior. It's not as much about labeling the behavior as it is understanding that you're communicating something every time you go in a room. By the way you dress, by the way you look, by the way you walk, that is a behavior, okay? And people make determinations about where they think you belong based on your behavior. And that does come down to habits. Are you there 5 minutes ahead of time, or are you there 15 minutes ahead of time? Or you're there 5 minutes late? So when we have practices and people show up at a certain time, it says something about your character and it says something about your commitment. The people who get the job are not always the person who are the most talented. That's just not how that works. Sometimes their ability and behavior alone gets them in that room. The availability and then also the behavior. They have a pleasant attitude, they're there before time, and they're always available. What person doesn't want that type of employee? Once we start getting to the C's, normally with grading, that would mean you're doing lower. In this, it really means you're doing higher because it includes more. But consistent, curious, and courageous. This curious thing is something that aligns with critical thinking. If you're curious, you're going to think about what you want. And so often we're curious about things that may not have a positive outcome because it's what our friends are talking about. If you're curious about how to get better, you'll continue to find ways to get better. If you're curious about how to get the first, downloaded track from somebody's new song album, you'll find out how to do that too. curiosity really does drive where your direction is. Consistency is self-explanatory, courageous. Varsity, I'll take this to you first. After that first game, how many of you raised your hand and heard something that was very positive after that first game? Fast forward to being courageous and being consistent and stepping up. How many of you after yesterday heard something positive? Every one of your hands. So what you have to understand is by using all of these and not paying attention to what people are saying, that takes courage. All right. That is how you got to that greater level, by not listening to people and staying courageous. Discipline and desire. Discipline. Discipline is not what you get sent to the office for. The self-discipline to have to where everybody else is doing one other thing and you're still disciplined to do something different. That's the kind of discipline it takes to be a champion. The desire with the discipline, it's kind of tricky. If you don't have desire and discipline, you just have wishes. Y'all old enough to know that Santa Claus ain't gonna be bringing gifts to you all the time. You gotta work for them. All right? I hope y'all don't still have them, those things in your head. Okay. So the desire to get in the game and the discipline to make it to where the coach sees your talent are two different things. When you go to another team, some of y'all are gonna face this. When you go to another AAU team, if you go in there with that mentality, I'm nice and I'm on the bench, what is that going to do for you? Because the coach has to put you in the game. The coach has to put you in the game. And you have to do some of all of this. You have to do some of all of this to get that opportunity. So the discipline might be shutting your mouth. Not telling the coach how you feel in that moment. Wait until after and being respectful. And the same applies with these teachers who some of y'all have issues with, or administrators. Having the discipline to close your mouth and understand where you rank in that order doesn't give you the authority to overshadow what that person has to say in that moment. Talk it over with somebody who has more expertise in that area, like your parents or a mentor. Focus and forgive, that's the last one. And focus, I want you to take this, because this is where people get lost. How you define success determines your focus. How you define success, not your parents, how you define success determines your focus. If you sit up here and you tell me, I want to make the NBA, and that's your focus, so you don't have to go to college first, you don't have to go to high school first, you setting your sights at the end of a marathon and you haven't taken care of the business that you need to first. You haven't taken one step and you're focused on mile 26. That does not need to be your focus. That doesn't need to be your speech. Your speech needs to be focusing on every day making yourself better, so you have the opportunity to prove what you're made of. Every day get better. Don't look too far down the road, because that's how you trip on what's in front of you. NBA should be your focus. You should be maybe preparing for college, looking at what you want to major in. But some of y'all need to be focused on what high school you want to go to and what that's going to look like, and start making relationships with those people and open your mouth. Stop waiting on people to notice you and make yourself be noticed. That's focus. The forgiveness is, some of these people who you don't like, sometimes your parents get on your nerves, you better forgive them. You better forgive yourself for not being as good as you thought you should have been in that moment. Because there's nothing that's going to be born out of self-hatred or envying someone else. Looking at how good someone else. It's either motivation or it's focusing on someone else who has nothing to do with your mission or your journey. So forgive yourself for having that moment and get back on target and get back on focus. Okay? That's the message. And I hope y'all go forward every moment after the season and continue to do what you're doing. It's not based on me. I'm here for when I'm here. But this story continues, and people in the community, your younger brothers, your older brothers, are here to help you, and they're dependent on you as well. All right? All right. What we got on here? 8th graders. Let's go. Hey, be a leader. Be a leader. Let's go. Mr. Wilson, please don't make me come over there. Because it's you hiding. Take the hood off.
Yeah, but we're still in school.
I like
What
this.
you want me to talk about?
You played last year. Shane, talk about what has happened.
I got it. I know what I'm gonna say. All right. So last year when I was playing basketball, I was on JV, right? And I worked my tail off the whole summer, and I got on varsity.
How's it different? What's the difference between last year and now?
I gave way more effort. I cared more. I'm a better teammate.
Okay. So, do you want me to tell them about your studies and how you improved there, or are you gonna talk about that? Son, that's your story. It's not mine. Because you had some difficulties. And
Last year I was goofing around a lot.
Okay.
I do not goof around.
So, what changed this year compared to last year? What did you do different? What word up there did you do more? Did you focus more?
Yes, sir.
Were you more consistent on the court?
Yes, sir. I was consistent. My behavior and my focus.
All right, you good. Have a seat. Anthony, come on up, sir. Come on up, sir. All right.
You next, bro. And you and Casey.
Difference between last year and this year. Yes, sir. You talking to some people. Let's go.
Last year, I improved my game up. I went to the gym a lot with some of my friends, and that helped me.
So does any of that stuff apply to what you did from year 1 to year 2?
Behavior, I had bad behavior last year.
Okay.
I improved my behavior.
Definitely. Okay. I think you would have had a little more desire this year. Would you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Why? Bennett, don't get to laugh, but you a second year 7th grade, so you might have to get up there. Be ready.
Jalen.
That's pretty much the things you focused on, you see? Did your ability improve? You're more available. All right. Good job. Good job. Casey! Jerron, you on deck? Jerron, you on deck? You on deck, Jerron. Get your words together. You on deck? Casey!
What's up, Michael?
You grew a little bit this year, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Talk, speak up. You good.
Oh, so last year, I was on varsity.
Hey, start. Elevate.
I was saying, what?
Your voice.
She's trying to hear you in the back.
Oh, so last year, I was on varsity. Okay, shut up. This year, I made varsity again.
Right?
Oh, you're a hater.
Respect, be quiet. What difference between this year and last year?
Oh, last year, I was like, I got more focused into basketball and like my schoolwork.
So I'm gonna help you out. Everything on there improved with you. Everything on there. Because you played more, your grades were consistent, You improved your game. You didn't get in trouble before. I don't even know how you improve on that, but people say positive things about you in passing more than they did last year. And that's unsolicited. I didn't ever tell you that because I don't have to worry about you. So that's a good thing. You keep doing what you're doing and control the controllables, and you'll get to where you need to go. All right, Mr. Photo Shoot, you ready?
Yes, sir. Like, that's my own. Like, my.
Y'all leave him alone, leave him alone, leave him alone.
All right. So, like, I was consistent. Like, I studied over the years.
Compare last year to this year, man.
Oh, like, last year I was an ABC student. Now, this year, I got A's and B's. So, like, I made the honor roll. So, like, when y'all see me up on the stage holding my certificate,
Jerron, now I'm gonna say something to you, and I want you to take this away from it because this is the message for you. In the face of adversity, were you more courageous this year than before?
Yes.
Yes, you were. And it's that type of boldness is why you in this room. I need you to understand that. Because if you weren't courageous and bold, and I don't see that look in your eye, we'd be in a totally different situation. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
So it's that courageousness and consistency that's going to continue to work for you. So you can't let up on that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
When you go to the next place, you can't not be you.
Yes, sir.
You got to be yourself.
Yes, sir.
Okay? You got to continue to be you and don't lose any of that boldness and courageousness in the right way. In the right way. I want to decide to keep it in the right way, and you'll continue to improve.
Yes, sir.
All right? Why you acting like you don't know who you are, Jalen?
Oh, yeah, Jalen.
Jalen Horn.
Yes, sir, Mr. Horn.
Hey, don't forget MJ. Oh, yeah, MJ.
When did she get?
We're getting ready.
When did she break up?
Come on, sir. Come on, sir. You thought nobody saw you? Jalen, go ahead. You comparing last year to this year, son.
Say something.
So I was on JP last year, and I'm on varsity this year. And I think what changed was my behavior a lot. Like I was getting in trouble last year.
That's true.
Oh,
Have you had a work detail this year?
no.
Hey, no. He's not captain. He's not captain. Nope. Last year, that was a different story. This year, his behavior and his habits have improved tremendously. Yeah. I haven't got any emails on him. Nothing. I got no Anything else? Hey, hush. Anything else?
Nah.
Okay. You were more disciplined. You had more self-control this year. You were more disciplined. I can tell you I see that for sure. Okay? So keep working. MJ, I can see you, so you come on back. Come on. MJ, come on now. Over there high. Let's go. MJ, speak up. Stop trying to be a a quiet giant. Don't be a quiet giant. Speak up.
Alright, so actually I was on JV, right?
Hush.
Last year I was on JV, right? You know,
Compare last year to this year. What do you think?
oh, okay. Like my ability changed. You know, I played more in my position. You know, last year I was taking the ball up. I wasn't really supposed to do that. You know, I'm a big. But then I played more than big this year.
One thing about you, you always had your grades right. Always had your grades right. Always an AB student. Parents, thank you for that, because again, when it comes down to scholarships, when it comes down to, is it a coachable student? Is it a kid I got to worry about not being eligible? He's one, AB, all the time, always respectful, never no attitude back, and I can't say that a lot of the time. But I can say that he was that last year, and he was that this year, and that's what we're grateful for sure. For sure. Bennett, you got something to say? I feel like I've been with you, but I know you ain't grade yet. But you got something to say, man? All right. Johnny, you got something to say? You 8th grade, so if you 8th grader, if you got something to say, 8th grader. You didn't try it last year. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Had you played organized ball before?
Yeah. Wait, no.